All right, so I went to Vegas a couple weekends ago. Woohoo, Vegas! And what happens in Vegas will mostly stay in Vegas. I'm not going to tell you about it, but some things I will tell you about. First and foremost, the Aria Hotel. I've stayed at the Aria several times. Got a little video down below that if I could figure out how to put two videos in one blog link, I will, where I taped just a minute or two around the room. I love the Aria. But it's got a major flaw for the handicapped accessible. So let's talk about the bad stuff first. The worst thing about it, the shower is designed so badly. They clearly is one of those showers that it probably is in compliance with all of the ADA laws, and yet is stupid because they clearly never talk to anybody who's disabled about actually using the damn thing. Biggest problem, you sit down, there's a little teeny bench. Now that can be fixed by getting a bigger bench. You got to understand, I mean, I'm 5'7", I weigh 145 pounds. I am not a big person, and my butt takes up every square inch of that bench. I mean, there's no extra room with that bench. That's how small it is. Well, there's several problems with the bench. One, they give you all these nice shampoos and lotions and things like that, and housekeeping sets them on the bench because there's no other place to put your stuff. We were literally trying to balance the shampoo bottles and the lotion bottles on the handrails, which of course it's wet, and you got a square bottle, small square bottle on a round handrail, so it slides off and falls onto the floor. So you're obviously immediately going down and picking your shampoo and soap and those kind of things up off the floor. There's no place to put them. They don't have any racks in there. I'm kind of jumping around a little bit, but well, to their credit, I called and I talked to the general manager of the hotel after my stay, and this is one of the complaints that I lodged. And about half an hour later, she had the facilities department give me a call and say, we're installing racks. Where would they be best served? So hopefully they went through and in all the ADA rooms installed racks for that, because as soon as I said that, they go, yep, that's a problem. The other thing, though, is, well, two other things, all related to the shower. You sit down, and there's only one way to sit, facing into the middle of the shower, and the shower head and shower controllers are directly behind you, literally right between your shoulder blades in the middle of your back. How in the hell are you supposed to operate the shower? I mean, I have a nurse in there helping me, and so it's no problem. But if you don't have use of your legs, but you do have use of your arms, you got no chance to use the shower. I mean, I've seen them where the bench is at one end of the shower area, and far away on the furthest wall away is where the shower head is, so you can't reach it. This one's just the opposite. It's right behind the middle of your back, and you got to twist around in 180 degrees while sitting facing forward. You can't do it. The third issue, and this one's potentially dangerous, is the way it's set up. And again, you'll see on the little video that I did around the room. Um, if you're sitting on the bench is on a little wall that is kind of like a half wall of the opening of the shower area. And you can't turn yourself and put your feet out onto dry land in order to stand up. In other words, you have to stand up in the shower area, which by definition you just showered in, so it's wet. I literally every day used every towel in the hotel room to dry the floor so that I could get up without slipping and falling on the now slick bathroom floor, because I'm walking in the shower. I mean, that's really dangerous for a disabled or elderly person. They got to give you a place to be able to stand up on dry land. I've seen others that are poorly done this way, and that maybe they're well set up, but they're not properly sloped, and so you take a shower and the whole bathroom floods, and now you're standing up on a marble floor that's wet everywhere, and that's really bad. This is just bad design. You have to stand up inside the shower, and transfer into a wheelchair or anything. That all has to be done inside the shower. Also, if you were using if you were using a wheelchair, you got no chance. You roll in there, you could face into the shower, and there's not enough room to turn your chair and transfer over to the bench and utilize the shower head. In other words, you can't reach. And again, you'll see on the little video. So the shower, badly designed. And for a lot of people who are disabled, that's going to keep you from staying at the Aria. If you can make that work, and I do make it work by literally using, I always order extra towels, and I said, look, I'm going to use them all to dry the damn floor, so I need more towels. And they're cool with that. But if you can overcome the shower issue, the Aria is an amazing facility. The rooms, frankly, everyone else looks at this as, ooh, that's neat luxury. For a disabled person, this is really cool. They have an iPad on the nightstand between the two beds in the double queen, or on the nightstand next to the king size bed, depending on which room you get, that has complete control of all the lights, the remote control, the volume, everything with the TV. The blinds, you can set it up. It'll do all the wake up calls and that kind of thing. We had our rooms. We had the one set of blinds opening up at 7:30, the other set of blinds opening up at 8, and the damn wake up call coming at 8:13, 8:15, and we were already awake by that time because the sunlight was coming in, and it was so nice. But that's all neat luxury stuff. But if you're disabled, that's freaking cool. I mean, that's what your house should be anyway, and there it is in a hotel room. Um, the spacing, the size, everything was really well done as far as disabled access. If you're in a wheelchair, you've got more than enough room to go in and get between the beds and around the beds. And so many hotel rooms, if you're in a wheelchair, you can't get beyond the first bed because there's no room between the foot of the bed and, say, the closet. This is very spacious, very nice. Bathrooms are properly lowered, and toilets and all that done very well. Lots of shelf space. I noticed they have 2 full closets, and one of the closets in the ADA accessible room, the rack is down lower. So if you were in a wheelchair, you could reach it. I mean, they've done everything really well except for the shower. The facility itself, I got to tell you, I've had nothing but really good luck with all MGM Grand employees. And I don't know, maybe some of the Excalibur may not be like this or something, some of the lower end spots. But Bellagio, MGM Grand, Aria, the employees fall all over themselves to help. They've been truly wonderful. I've stayed at MGM facilities in Las Vegas many times. And I'll do a separate review on this later. But frankly, if you're disabled and you're looking for a place to stay in in Las Vegas, best hotel I've ever seen as far as the bathroom setup, which, as you know, for many people is the constraint. Surprisingly, the New York, they do a great job with their handicapped accessible room. Doesn't have the cool iPad feature that Aria does, but everything else they've done even better than what Aria does. We'll talk about that in a separate review. But overall, I mean, the Aria looks nice, smells nice. I mean, the vanilla air, and it's a great facility overall, and for someone with a disability traveling there, except for the shower. Take a look at the other video that I post along with this post, and if you can make that shower work for you, I highly recommend the Aria Hotel in Vegas.